Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for our national anthem. Good morning, racing fans, and welcome to historic Pimlico Racecourse. Dave Rodman for Naomi Tucker, alongside Keith Fustel, as usual, from Equibase and our odds maker, morning line maker, here at Pimlico at Laurel Park and the Maryland tracks. And Keith, it's give them what they want Sunday. People want winners.
We want winners. So do I. I want some winners. I mean, we did okay around some races yesterday. It was a little bit of a tricky card. I don't think today's card is any easier, but we got a little bit of a plan of attack and see if we can come up with a couple nuggets.
All righty. Well, that rain that we talked about yesterday, early in the day, it did not materialize at all, really. So it kept south of here, so that means we had fast firm yesterday, same today, fast on the main track and firm on the turf course. There's a look at the sunshine streaming there over Pimlico. Fast firm, 78 degrees in Baltimore. A rather pleasant day with calm winds here in Maryland today.
Beautiful day. Beautiful day here in Baltimore. If you can make it out, catch a little bit of the show, then come on out. That would be great. I would love to have you here on the apron. It's always good to see fans supporting the live product. And looking at that track yesterday, turf pretty much fair. Dirt, Friday day, we had a little bit of an inside trend. Track was quick, lightning fast times. I think slowed down a little bit yesterday. Outer portion better, 3-4 path. So see what today brings.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned this yesterday. You thought the rail maybe not the place, not a dead rail, but
not a dead rail, slight favorite of that 3-4 path, I thought.
All righty. So let's see what we get today. Let's take a look at what's happening in the next few weeks here at Pimlico as we wind down this meet and head toward Timonium. Maryland, Pride Maryland, a strong day. 12:40 post time Saturday, August 21st. We have 4 Maryland bred stakes, a $75,000 all brandy, $75,000 fine, and Miss Disco and the Start of NASCAR, each $75,000, totaling $300,000 in purses, Maryland bred or Maryland sire. All right.
And with that, right, we've got a chance maybe for some souvenirs, Dave, possibly for Fan Appreciation Day.
Yeah, right. We'd like to thank everyone for their support here at Pimlico and the extended meet. Take home a complimentary Preakness souvenir glass and Preakness merchandise of your choosing, but while supplies last. So that's why we're telling you doors open at 11:30 a.m. If there's something special maybe you were thinking about, come on out early, 12:40 post time. Fan Appreciation Day at Pimlico.
And the price would be right.
Free.
You got
admission,
that right.
Right? Yeah.
That's what Jack Harmon calls me. That's my middle name, Free. The hammer.
Yeah,
Always busting my chops.
Yeah. All righty, 64 minutes out to post time. And let's get to the action there. Give the people what they want, Keith.
Yes.
A winner
All
in
right.
the first race. Who do you
Well,
like at 6 furlong opener?
Not an easy race. I've got Golden G on top here for Claudio. Caught wide last time out. Similar type of field, just didn't bring a real punch. The two-back try was good. Had a little trouble. Rode the best part of the racetrack, I thought, but forwardly positioned. Stretches out a little bit here today. Gets that extra 16th of a mile. I don't think she's going to get, he's going to get right on the lead. I think he's going to just drop right off the pace just a little bit. I think there's a couple quicker in here. Stalk and pounce, but needs to save ground around the turn. I mean, he needs 6 furlongs. That might be pushing, his limitations there.
All right, I went to the 5, Where You Be, a speed runner from Delaware, from the Jamie Ness barn. And I'll tell you, if Jamie Ness doesn't have a good day today, the Rod Dog doesn't have a good day today. So a lot of Ness horses on top here. He's very quick early, and though beaten double digits 2 races back, and the non-winners at 2 there, that was a little tougher race. The winner of the race, Spotted Bull, came back with a 76 buyer number, just placing him where he belongs with that speed. And he's here at Pimlico, and whether it's speed on the rail or speed in the 3-path off the rail, hopefully he does the right thing. Yeah.
Exactly. Let the jock go ahead and make that decision if he's able to clear 2 and try to control it around the turn. Interesting little fact, though, July 21st at Delaware, Where You Be, called a sealed surface. Later in the card, Bobman, same day, ran quicker, several lengths quicker, but that was not a sealed track. And hence you see the kind of differentiations in the buyers, the way they kind of attacked it. Gave Where You Be, ran slower when you're just looking at times, right?
Right.
A better fig. Keep your guard up, though. I think that was the key, too. The horse that beat Where You Be, he had run a 57 prior, kind of basing it on that horse's talent. We've seen him run around here. So I do agree with you. I think the 5 is going to be sent here to try to control it.
Just as a side note, Little Bay breaking from the inside here, I thought had much improvement last time out. He wasn't on the lead, but I've never seen him show that much speed ever in his life, and his 33rd start today. So I don't know. Was Carujo the difference? Maybe he gets along with the horse.
Could be. He had run him in the past. He really didn't show a whole lot, but he was definitely much more keen, ready to roll. He stayed quite well all the way through the stretch. So can he match up, which was close to his top buyer fig? You won't get anything remotely close to the 45-1. But Bob Man, I still think, has a little shot to kind of track as well. I look back, the 2-back race works for me, double key. And then even out of that last race on the 21st, that 4th place finisher did come back. I think it might have been Nessel. Ran a big number of 58 for the 62.50. So he works for me as well with Geraldo with that stalk and pounce kind of trip.
Second race, first pick 4 of the afternoon. No scratches or changes in race number 2. We do agree here, and it is a Ness horse from the inside. And Keith, you second race as usual, our early pick 4. And you usually do that pick 4 ticket, and you got it for us.
I've got it. It's $20 for hedge, and we're not going to go too crazy. We got to get one of these. We've been a little chilly with these pick 4s, and my apologies, but hey, we're not investing a ton. And when we strike, we're going to strike, and it's going to be okay.
Time is on your side, right? Because when you're playing pick 4s and pick 5s, pick 6, time is on your side. You're not going to hit 80% of them.
No. And the 1 and the 4 to get you started here, they look like it. They bring close to, a B-plus kind of a race. They should get it done. Yesterday's plan, I guess, is the guess because she ran terrible last time. Claim and a drop. So, but misdriven, I guess you can kind of depend on here for Ness. Blinkers go on. In what, the 38th start?
Right, 38th start.
I went all the way back, right? Never had him before.
Me too, same thing. Didn't see him. So maybe he ran better before with it, but they decided to put blinkers on her today.
Yeah, get her waking up a little bit, a little closer. But third race, I go too deep as well. Suctic Treasure. Brutus is in very good form right now. I think he can handle this race. Race 4, the 2 and the 10. Goldie's Boy, we got a little breeding nugget on that one later. And wrap it up in the 5th. Here's your spread, 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's a $20 ticket. I think there's lots of ways to go in race 5. If you can afford the all button, do do so. Go ahead and do it.
All right, so Miss Driven getting the blinkers on,
Uh-huh.
and down inside, very competitive kind of mare. And I just said, okay, and I know she's been a beaten favorite last couple of times, but again, the wake up maybe with the blinkers today. If there's a no fire here, or she's firing in the stretch, the 8th pole, I see that other horse coming, but who is it? Who's it going to be?
Who's it going to be? If she's right, it's going to be yesterday's plan. They've kind of taken turns beating each other, but maybe Life in Flash, possibly, because, she doesn't really have any speed. She's going to try to make a run like she last did at Delaware. Aubrey Green making her debut right here at Pimlico, so good luck to her. We know one thing, Shaq's Hidden Gem's going to go ahead and send. I think he is, she is the horse we're going to have to target in here. The runners are going to have to target. Can she get a mile and a 16th? She's going to be gasping late, I think, but you never know. You never know. I find this underneath the one, like I say, I think the one should be 1-2 in here. Blinkers keeps her close. But, man, it's a mad scramble after that one.
I'd love to have a revelation for you in here, but I just don't have one. Can't even make one up.
Nope.
Okay, third race, scratch the 1A bouncing around. All righty, Jamie Ness, we're relying on you. I am relying on you again. And so is Keith at Celtic Treasure. From Parks to Pimlico, from 7/8 to a mile and a 16th. I assume that you would think he's going to the lead?
I think, well, Contraflow is quick, Dave.
Yeah.
Contraflow goes second time off the claim for Kieran. I think if he's going to do his best damage to 2, it's going to be on the front end. But Celtic Treasure here, he's just in racer sharp form on the main track. He's going to go for 4 straight this particular day. Battles back along the inside here at 5-2. Is going to be able to shake clear mid-stretch and hold firm. He's handled the 2 turns. The Delaware, the mile, is 2 turns, right? Parks, it's 2 turns. That's not an issue. I think he's going to be fine. Forwardly placed, able to save ground. I think he takes the tracking position while saving ground behind Contraflow and Galatians. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you think Contraflow is a bit faster up front?
I think.
Perhaps.
I think if he wants to, I don't think Contraflow wants to chase. Yeah, I think he wants to establish the front.
Looking at pure buyer numbers, 76 Celtic Treasure in that sprint, 70 for Contraflow off the claim for Kieran McGee. This is the second off the claim, so maybe a little bit of improvement projected, perhaps a second time around. I'm not really sure whether he needs the lead or wants to lead Contraflow. It's going to be interesting pace-wise in here. Let's see what happens. So 1, 4, 3, and 2 for Keith in the third. On to the fourth race. It's time for that pick 5, and I've got a pick 5 ticket today, and just like you, I've given a couple of pick 5 tickets, and they're now confetti, but today we'll try again, $24.
Hey, I mean, the good thing is you've got reasonable tickets if you want to add to them. That's the key. This is kind of like a starter for some, but if you're confident, are you confident in the ticket? Do you like it?
Well, I like Big Beautiful Wall is the key.
Okay.
So there you go. And spread around it with 2, 7, 8, 10 in the fourth, and then a 1, 3 in the fifth race, and a race that we'll talk about where, if Sabelli beats me, it's going to be early goodbye.
Yeah.
In there. In the sixth race, I use the 5, 7, and 9, and in the seventh, a key, and closing it out with just 2. Tusk and Posterity. I think the 2 horses who are going to like the turf and are in good form right now.
Okay.
So there you go. It's $24. Take it or leave it. Fourth race. I'm really, really, really surprised here. I mean, I said, well, Keith won't pick this horse on top, but surely he'll have him second and third.
Yeah.
Thought I had something there, but we finally agree without conference call on Goldie's Boy.
Yes.
First time on the turf, and I would assume that you like this horse off a pedigree.
Absolutely. Bottom side, the Damn Pagan Priestess, 6 for 31 on the turf, 15 for 31 in the money, made over $200,000, won even a 3 other than allowance race. She could handle a route of ground. They wanted to get Goldie's Boy on the turf. Today they're going to get their chance to see it. This race is devoid of any real quality flow up front. I think Curly Fox with a row. Curly Fox is going to go ahead and go. I think Goldie's Boy can just, with a good break, set up shop just outside of that one. Dog that one and try to grind it out. He's a stayer. I think he's going to stay in the turf course, too.
A lot of horses off layoffs, trainer changes, things like that. First time on turf for our top pick in there because of the pedigree. Out of Pagan Princess, I remember her. She was a really, really nice mare. So for a horse maybe that's fit coming back, I would say, he's in the race. He ran August 4th. Here it is August 8th, and that's striking it lucky. He didn't do much 3 days ago at Delaware. Gary Capp runs him back here on short rest. Had trouble in the race, so it was more or less, after that it was a workout. He was almost 5-1 in that race, so had a chance according to the public. But the race 2 back I thought was good. The race produced a winner. Officer Country. There's a couple of horses coming out of that race. Seville Rose striking it lucky. So as a horse with recency, how recent can you be? 3 days ago was a 7 striking it lucky.
Yeah, we've got that horse. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of speed. Fuse, Seville Rose. They all kind of have that similar style. They like to lag and just kind of grind it out. That's why I'm thinking the 2 and 10 can kind of dictate up front. But striking it lucky ran okay, Dave. 2 races back was off a 7-day layoff, and you just kind of put it next to the last race. You see the short comment took up at the 3/8 pole, really get a chance to do any running there at Delaware last time out.
It's the second time in a week that Gary Capuano has run a horse back with a short rest. He ran, was it I Love You here?
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
last week, and then he ran back at Delaware the other day. So something, I don't know whether it's just coincidence or maybe that's a new MO. There from the Gary Capp barn.
I'm sure the horses are telling them they're feeling okay, and Gary's just not going to throw,
No, the I Love You race was off the turf, then had the chance to run on the turf a few days later, and then striking it lucky had some trouble last time out and gets a good spot here, I think, at the $16,000 level.
Now, I think the 2 is the horse to beat. Wouldn't you think, though, Dave? I've got lined at 2-1, might be even a touch lower. The race at Monmouth was okay, caught wide. Number works a little flattening. You go back to 2-back race, a little hop at the brake. That's what caused that horse to go ahead and just be taken back, well back. But this horse can do some damage on the front end, and I think with this kind of rider, Charlestown type rider Orojo, he'll be aggressive from the inside and try to control it.
Now trained by Madison Myers, not many horses, but one of them we all know well. The really nice sprinter, Grateful Bread, right? So good barn there with a limited number of horses in training in that stable. Let's go to the 5th race, and no scratches in the 5th, and we'll do it actually after this commercial break. We've got to pay some bills.
And they're off. Second in the 2-path. Ground on her inside. Last of the 12 as they roll into the backstretch.
Back on today at the races of the Sunday edition. Dave Rodman for Naomi Tucker. She'll be back next Friday along with Keith Fustel. 5th race. It's do or die in my pick 5 ticket for this race because your top pick I do not have on the ticket. I do not have in the top 4. I don't, it's not like I really, really hate the horse in any respect, handicapping-wise.
Right.
I'm just not sure whether we can trust some of those off the turf to the main track numbers. And if you toss that around, they're all kind of the same horse in here.
They are. I think races 5 and 6 are very, very difficult to decipher. This race, I spent a lot of time. I looked at some reruns, and I'm looking at these figures, and I'm like, man, there's just not much splitting them. Inspector Frost, I think, is going to get plenty of play off of that last race. Aggressive to the front, but it's a 4-horse field. Playman's good. He was game. How much did that take out of him? I mean, I know Lacey's got a great stat coming back, 31 in 60 days. Look at that, 30%. She hasn't run a lot of horses here. I guess if he can go ahead and get clear, he's going to be tough to beat. But Law of the Land, he's run well on the dirt since being gelded, Dave. That was another kind of factor I brought into it. The race where he galloped in the maiden score, did it convincingly. Looked like he handled the main track just fine. I like the way he traveled. Now, Sabelli doesn't run a ton of dirt horses here. Percentage-wise, not great. I just think this horse can set up shop tactical enough because, once again, when you're breaking it down, I mean, who's the real speed? I guess it's Inspector Frost and maybe Spicer Red. Spicer Red could hold the key as can he go ahead and press? Inspector Frost. This is
I
a
thought-
really odd
yeah.
race to kind of envision, which is the way I do it as a chart caller. I just try to see how they're going to set up. I think this horse can lay close enough and run well in here.
Spites the Red is an interesting horse for me because I really loved him last time out, coming back to the sprint from the route. Thought he'd run a lot better, and he was kind of even paced there all
Yeah.
around the track. Had a wide trip. Saray Barn yesterday with a good day. Good day in the opener there. So maybe they're heating back up again here. Wouldn't leave this horse off. Though I think he's maybe a little better sprinter. I wouldn't doubt if he can maybe stretch his speed out. And, he may be the one, the press inspector.
Yeah,
Frost.
I think he's the one. He's the main presence there.
Yeah.
But you look at that two-back race, and we have a video, right? We might as well talk about your top pick, Shanghai and Astoria. Spicer Red really benefited with what went on behind those horses into the far turn when Shanghai and Astoria got into trouble on the 9th of July. Was that the right? No, you got. I was talking about the 24th, right? So he benefited. Is this which race?
It's the 24th. No,
This is
9th
the
of
9th.
July. Okay, sorry. Yeah, this
Okay.
is behind Contraflow
Yes.
here. This is behind Contraflow. Shanghai Astoria and Inc. Finished third in there. So Inc. is another interesting, I don't know, head scratcher to me. He got bet last time out like he was supposed to win by 7 lengths. He got bet early. He got bet in the middle.
Yep.
He got bet late. I didn't understand it. I think he's maybe a better two-turn horse. And here he is back to 2 turns today.
Yeah, but I
Claudio.
see him out there, hung out against this group. I don't know if he's going to bring the finish and that he needs to bring. But yeah, I should have put that video up, Shanghai Astoria, because Spicer Red did get the benefit. Shanghai Astoria came back out of that race we showed, ran quite well after taking up and rallying back into it. So
That was also first time in a Saray barn, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Any improvement, a length or two? I don't know.
we'll see.
Uh-huh.
Who are we missing? I've got the 6 in here. Armando R. You've got the 6 as well. I was a little surprised you used this one.
Any horses run by Bodie Express, even though it was many moons ago, I got to take a look at here. He kind of rolled along and grounded out and opened up in a kind of a weak field there for maiden 40 off a long layoff. But he's the kind of horse he can return back to best form in this spot. It's a tricky race.
Yeah.
If you feel like maybe I'm completely not seeing the ball and you want to throw Sibeli in there, law of the land.
Okay.
I mean, have at it in the pick 5 for sure.
I like
Anyway,
the
I'm
fact
confused even more.
Yeah.
We spent 25 minutes handicapping the race, and it's still a mess to me.
I like the fact that Toledo comes back on Armando R as well. And his race on, was that Black Eyed Susan Day, he had a little trouble into the far turn. Unfortunately, he couldn't recover. But that thing still kind of stands against this group. I thought the two-back race, it was an okay field for 40, but he did it quite impressively.
Okay.
Yep.
6th race scratch, 1, DeMoney, 5 furlongs on the turf course here. And this race is a little wide open as well. You went to the outside, and a horse that I actually tabbed for Timonium. I thought he ran really well on his debut. The pace was quick, 22-3, 46-1, and he kind of hung in there till about the 8th pole, beat by Jackie A., who'll run in the previous race. So you think he's going to be a lot more fit second time out, or maybe you think he's going to go to the lead in this
I
spot?
think he can be set up shop again.
Okay.
8-10. 10-8 for me. Same race, right, on July the 11th, Premier Choice. Took a lot of play off the layoff, showed very sharp speed. Yeah, you go sub-23 here at 6 furlongs. That's quick.
And he was out in the duel.
He was out, got confronted, battled around the turn. I think English Channel, bottom side, more than ready. Turf should not be a problem. I'm going to toss the debut on the way back. I think he's the speed. I think look at Little Ferris, again, made that move into Premier Choice. Breeding-wise, Uncle Lino's, these horses have done well on the turf. Smaller sample. They've done quite well on the grass course. Bottom side, just look at me now. Handled the turf, sprinted, did well on that with some decent figures. I'm going to ride out one of these two in here in another wide open race. Alomigos had a lot of chances. We have a video of his race a couple of races back, I think, Dave, or no? We don't. We didn't use him. Okay.
No video.
Anyhow, he ran quite big with Acosta that day, getting in trouble early. Yep.
All right. Well, I can see that. If not today, The Big T.
The Big T. Okay.
Right,
Yeah.
I went to first-time starter in here, McLean's Music. They're always pretty fast. Debuting on the turf for Damon Dilladevico. Good record first time out with a positive ROI. The Dam, Ms. Magician, had 2 starts on the turf, was favored in the debut. So I think that's part of the reason that they're running this colt first time out on the gelding, rather, first time out on the lawn here. I just could. It was all over the place and all over the map, and I thought I'd give an edge to a horse really its first out, and that would be Call Me Maestro.
Yeah. Let's talk about real quick. I've got the 4 Hello Amigo, 2 back Prince Pear. Big effort behind that one. That horse came back to run a 76 behind Grateful Bread, stakes kind of horse. So I think Hello Amigo, at least one thing he's proven he can do. He can run all right sprinting on the turf at this level. And even Claudio, not really his move, first turf, but looking at the breeding here, there's a definite turf lead bottom side. We've seen the Great Notions handle the grass course as well. Lots of ways to go.
The other 2 horses I used in the pick 5, Keith, the 5 American Doro, Mega Dream, the Dam, Grade 2 stakes placed on the turf. The blinkers went on last time out, but it didn't really matter because nobody was going to beat the big favorite that day, Everett Song, who was tons the best on the dirt. I guess he ran a little bit better with the blinkers on last out on the dirt. So, yeah, American Pharaoh top. And Grade 2 stakes placed Dam, and on the outside, Billingsgate off since May. Super 99, only 8% turf sprint, but I gave him a bit of a shot here from the Gorham barn. Kind of sneaky Gorham barn they are, right? Gets leading rider Charlie Marquez aboard and does well with this kind of layoff.
Yeah.
And, he's shown some decent numbers on the track. 2 lengths beaten to Exculpatory. That Johnny Sack race, remember? And D. Shackled, who's pretty quick up front. So I thought maybe the turf would wake him up just enough.
Well, we've covered everybody except Badger Tooth. We like to abuse it. The guys want to talk about give out every horse and every
horse but one.
Well, this is the kind of race where you kind of have to talk about every horse. I hate to say it's that difficult. Badger Tooth, the 3, is a late breaking Lasix. Lasix on
I didn't know
Badger Tooth. Yep.
I did not know that.
There you go.
As,
by imagining.
and
Robbie does well. Debut maiden claimer. So there you have it.
Imagining is 6% first time starters on the turf, 8% on the turf overall, but indeed Lasix on today. I did not have that. Appreciate that, and the public does too. Let's go to the 7th race. Scratch the
what's wrong?
I'm going to make sure I got the right scratches here. Yeah, the 1A Super Dude.
You scared me there for a second.
I almost had the wrong horse scratch. 2 Cricelli, 5007.
Right.
And I'm right there, right?
Yes.
So I'm going to a big, beautiful wall in here, and you're going to a tough trip horse, McElmore Avenue.
Let's show that trip.
Okay.
This was a brutal trip. I think Naomi and I might have highlighted it in a lightning round a little while back. There you go. Outside post breaks, a little bit slowly and just kind of gets hung out 5 wide, 6 wide here into the first turn. And
that's
to
brutal.
Recover and to run this big into a slower pace was huge. I thought McElmore Avenue ran awfully big. I like the fact that Mary Epler, a trainer that's been here for a long time, just does great work year in and year out. Gives this horse a little bit of a break, too. It kind of pulled itself up into contention 3 wide to battle. This was not an easy trip. And, man, what a job off the claim. Claim for 16,000. How many wins since? 3, couple seconds. And this horse runs quite big. Forest Fire, a back class kind of horse, right?
Yeah, he won the Maryland Million Classic.
Yep,
right,
for
Forest Fire.
For service.
Right.
And McElmore just a little bit ahead in front there. Just can't quite get the job done. A little drift. Man, it took so much out of him. What a big effort. And I think today I like him to go to the front. Now we're down to a 4-horse field. I know Hanalei Houdini's got a little bit of speed. I think if Crispin can get aggressive, he can go ahead and get the job done up front.
Well, I went to Big Beautiful. This could be a good battle down the stretch. Big Beautiful Wall on McElmore Avenue. I don't think there's a whole lot between them. Big Beautiful Wall, part of that entry last time out, an entry made Thundershook, has now won 3 in a row, coming from Delaware on a wet fast track. This is the first time for Ness on a fast track on the dirt here. So, I just think when it comes right down to it, the quarter pole, they'll both be in range. One of them might be on the lead, and we'll see what happens down the stretch. Big Beautiful Wall and McCulmore Avenue.
Might have yourself a match race from the quarter pole. We'll see.
Yeah, well, okay, to the 8th and final scratch, the 1A, He's a Kitten. You went with Mary Epler in the 7th, and
I did not go back to Mary
you did not
Epler
go
in
Mary
the 8th.
I went to Mary in the 8th.
Okay.
And you went to Captain Thunder.
Captain Thunder. I just think he's cycling back in to really good form. Ran better than what I thought off the layoff. Followed it up with a good try again. I think this pace is going to be contested enough. I think he's just covered up trip and is going to be able to find a seam turner for home. I'm not tossed back to the turf. I mean, the last race was really good. The number staggering, right? And was scratched out of a race to go about a week later. But I go 4-8. Atreyu. All he does is run big on the turf.
Yep.
He could go up front and hold a long way.
Winner out of Captain Thunder's last race is some kind of magician. A little squirrely behind the gate at Delaware last time out of C. Fractious behind the gate.
Mm-hmm.
Just missed in the photo. He's missed the last two neck and nose margins. I went to Tusk down to the inside. Again, talking about races off the turf to the main track, do I trust that 92 number you ran last time out? For Mary on that race taken off the turf. We're going to look at that race now. I believe it's the one I pulled up.
Okay.
Where he beats Try for Gold in here, and he just digs down.
Mm-hmm.
Gray Son of Tappet. You'll see him on the outside, and there's Try for Gold in the lime green colors there. Try for Gold might have had maybe a nose in front for a bit. But there's Tusk, and he's just a good-looking. I like this horse in the track. I like to watch him warm up.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's going good form right now. Does he have turf ability? You bet he does. Seven times winner on the turf. You look at some of the races he ran at Gulfstream Park back in 2019 and 2020. Can he replicate anything close to a 90-something figure as he did in the Grade 3 Tropical Turf at Gulfstream Park, January 2020? I don't know. He's 8 right now, but he's won his last 2.
Well, and he really relaxed last time. He was in hand, made the move, and kept on going. And if it looks like she's got him kind of hedging back, I don't know if he's back to that form of early 2020, but if he's remotely close, certainly he's the horse to beat. And he's going to be forward and stay around a long, long time. Just got a little bit better price here with the 4 and 8. I'll key around those two, but Tusk will not be out of my exacta boxes.
Beautiful clear skies here at Pimlico
gorgeous.
Today, fast and firm. But wait, there's some lightning on the way. Lightning round.
This is going to be a Saratoga memory for the ages. With this victory by Stellar Tap, Steve Asmussen is now North America's all-time leading trainer.
And there it was at Saratoga. Steve Asmussen, Winchell Thoroughbreds L&N Racing, Ricardo Santana Jr. up, 9,446 wins. Does it for the Winchell's longtime client and Steve's family there, his mom and dad, watching from afar. All-time leading trainer, quite an accomplishment there.
Yeah, and we're familiar with Steve around here as well. Always, lots of entries here.
Yeah.
Preakness time comes in with a barn full of horses. We appreciate that. Yeah, Curlin, Rachel Alexandra. Yeah, got to start back. I saw 86, Riadoso.
Valid expectations. So good.
Oh, yeah.
Way back. All right, in New York yesterday, as well as that historic milestone as North America's winningest trainer, Nick's Go knocked him out in the Whitney. Take a look at the
The field is at the 3/16 pole. It is Nick's Go, Silver State at the rail. Maxville looks to split horses. Then the Philly Swiss Skydiver. Now an 1/8 of a mile to the finish. And it is Nick's Go out in the middle of the track and holding on to the lead here. It's Nick's Go with a wire-to-wire victory in the 94th running of the Grade 1 Whitney.
Maryland Strong, Maryland bred there. Nick's Go, wired them into Whitney. Korea Racing Authority owned Joel Rosario aboard. Bred by Angie Moore and raised by daughter Sabrina right up the road.
Yes.
Greenmount Farm. And now a $5.3 million winner. The figure, Keith, was 111. Looked like 122 to me.
Yeah, that was strong. It was
that
over.
was strong right after the fractions.
Yeah, and he cleared off. and just dominated that field. Out of the mare, Cosmo's Buddy. Right?
Right. I
Remember
called
Cosmo's
Cosmo's Buddy.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember I said Cosmo's Buddy. I remember her. Right.
Way back, I think that was Salzman, Arnold Schmolin.
Right.
Actually ran into his
right.
brother,
Right.
his son the other day. Yep.
Yep. Right. All right, and our final topic on our lightning round is the Big T, just a few weeks away. We're going to start the meet with a Timonium Twilight Friday. How about that?
I told the wife, yeah, get your friends, a little happy hour after work, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I think they'll have some specials over there at the Big T.
Do you think the OTB there will be rocking? Always is.
Absolutely.
It's 3 o'clock post time. We'll have a 12:40 post time all other days through Monday, September 6th. So it'll be first 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, then Friday through Labor Day for the second weekend. And when tweeting about Timonium, Jeremy Silbert says he invented this. Hashtag Timonium is my Saratoga.
There you go.
There you go. You think they have enough buckets ready for Timonium? I mean, there
yeah,
better not be a
right.
shortage of buckets for the ice cold beer, because I have a feeling it's going to be a big meet.
There'll be some red cans in those buckets.
Absolutely. That's it for today at the races. Think we covered everything.
Yeah, we got it all.
Yeah. And hopefully one of us can get a pick 4 or pick 5.
We're trying.
This weekend before the close out the
Yep.
weekend. Fast and firm. Good luck.
All righty, buddy. Good luck.